I come from, them's is fighting words. You're going to say I'm rubbish, well then I'm going to start, I don't start it, but I finish it. Of course, it's high-level competition. Guys are going to be chewing at each other's necks, but I just generally hate his face. I hate the way that it's attached to his body, and I would love to fix that.
If they're not gonna give me Ilya, I'll fight with Hooker. But my goal is title fight.
Okay.
And right now I'm just focusing on the title fight because I know I deserve it, and I'm contender #1, and so that fight makes sense.
The dust is barely settled from Islam Makhachev's huge win over JDM, and the lightweight division now takes center stage. Dana White confirmed that Arman Tsarukyan will go up against Dan Hooker in a #1 contender matchup, and it really doesn't get any bigger than this. This fight is about climbing the ladder, proving who's next in line for the belt, and showing the world who deserves a title shot. The fans are abuzz, and social media is going to blow up with predictions as these two elite fighters prepare for combat.
Dana, earlier this week, you scheduled Arman Tsarukyan to fight Dan Hooker in November.
Yeah.
And will the winner of that fight become the #1 contender in the lightweight division?
Will the number of that? Yeah.
Dan Hooker spent no time in hyping up himself, but with strong statements against Arman Tsarukyan. He said that much before the fight in the octagon, Arman was going to feel his power. Hooker warned him that no matter how fast or technical one might be, there is no getting away from him. He says he's coming to assert dominance and make a statement, and that meant one thing only. The message of Hooker is to the lightweight division is that he's ready for the next title shot.
He's just like a lippy little rich kid. Like, there's a video of him walking up on Bobby Green and like getting in his face like before the fight. And obviously he doesn't need the money from these UFC fights. You know what I mean? He does this for attention and Instagram likes. Like, he doesn't fight to feed his family. Like, I fight to provide for my family. I'm just saying, if he walks up on me like he walked up on Bobby Green, the fight is cancelled.
Hooker's words got even sharper as he explained his intentions. He said he wants to physically reshape Arman's face to the point where people won't even recognize him. While intense, it's part of the mental games fighters play in order to have an edge. Such aggressive messaging shows the confidence and determination he has. However, he also added that he fully respects Arman as a fighter because Tsarukyan's skill set is undeniable. The talk is bold, but the American knows very well that he faces a dangerous opponent.
Where I come from, them's is fighting words. You're going to say I'm rubbish, well then I'm going to start, I don't start it, but I finish it. Of course, it's high-level competition. Guys are going to be chewing at each other's necks, but I just generally hate his face. I hate the way that it's attached to his body, and I would love to fix that.
Despite all the hype and the big talk, Hooker made it clear he's not underestimating Arman Tsarukyan, naming him the toughest fighter in the lightweight division right now. Hooker also credited how Arman's skills and fight IQ bring a serious threat. He said Arman can beat anyone on any given night. And because of that, Hooker needs to be on top of his game. This reveals respect behind the trash talk and points out one more reason why people are looking forward so much to this high-level matchup.
I knew that he had to fight to get back into title contention. So I knew that this fight, I would be the only person that would want the most difficult fight. I don't discredit the other guys for picking their battles and trying to find the most least path of resistance, but that's just not the way that I do things. I think that he's the toughest test. I think he's the best fighter in the division.
Hooker also broke down what makes Arman successful in his fights. He said Tsarukyan has an impressive mix of striking and grappling that keeps opponents off balance. Hooker mentioned Arman's fight IQ, pace control, and ability to adapt mid-fight as reasons why he's so dangerous. He admitted that facing someone like that requires precision, timing, and strategy, not just power. The compliment shows that Hooker is aware of the challenge ahead and is preparing to match Tsarukyan's skills every step of the way.
But winning fights, like he knows how to get his hand raised. He knows what he needs to do, like his control time. He's like good on the outside. He doesn't take a lot of damage.
When asked about Hooker's comments, Arman Tsarukyan responded calmly. He said all this talk is for cameras and hype. According to Arman, he's focused on training and not media battles. He further explained that mental games are part of promoting fights, but they do not change anything inside the octagon. Arman stated that he's ready and focused, confident that his preparation will be far louder than any words. His poise is a complete contrast with the aggressive messaging from Hooker, further showcasing that Tsarukyan is a professional coming into war.
Dan spoke to Submission Radio and he said, if Arman comes in arm's range of me, I'm going to hit him. That's the long and short of it.
God.
He said the fight's going to be off and I don't care about that.
He just talking a lot. But if UFC gonna put us on one room without rumors, without camera, without bodyguards, he's not gonna do anything. He can do whatever he wants to do. He's gonna have 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if he wants, we can fight, and after fight we can fight again.
Arman added that his training camp has been intense and productive. He mentioned that he previously trained with Khamzat Chimaev for a potential fight against Dricus du Plessis, and that experience has carried over into his preparation for Hooker. Arman emphasized that he is still improving, sharpening his skills and learning from top-level sparring partners. The work in this camp is all being done to make sure he's ready for whatever Hooker will bring. The fans are getting a fighter who's disciplined, focused, and grows with each day that passes.
Are you prepared to fight someone else to prove to the UFC, like, look, I'm here to work with you guys and I want to get to this time?
Yeah, for sure. I already told them I'm ready. September, October, I'm in shape. I train every day, twice a day, and I'm healthy now. So, but if they told me like October with somebody and then December with Ilya, sure.
He added that this fight will be a warm-up for greater achievements. Arman disclosed that since the fight against Hooker, he intends to then face Ilia Topuria for the lightweight belt. He says taking on Hooker first will help him sharpen his timing, pressure, and fight strategy. He feels this matchup is an excellent chance to get into rhythm with one of the top contenders. Arman's vision shows great long-term planning, signaling that he isn't just thinking about one fight but about climbing straight up to the top of the division.
If they're not gonna give me Ilya, I'll fight with Hooker. But my goal is title fight.
Okay.
And right now I'm just focusing on title fight because I know I deserve it, and I'm contender #1, and so that fight makes sense.
Tsarukyan subtly confirmed such timing of the fight too. He said it is expected to take place in December and will round out the year's last event of the pay-per-view version of UFC Watch. That makes the stakes all the more significant, with fighters wanting to end the year in style. Already, fans and analysts alike are speculating about the rankings, bonuses, and title implications based on the results of the fight. By confirming such timing, Arman signals that he is already mentally prepared for this and ready to perform on the greatest stage when the lights are brightest.
I know it's coming from Chael Sonnen, but apparently you're fighting Ilya in December. Is that true?
I hope so. And I wanna fight for the title. I've been waiting so long, and
How does you get?
Chael Sonnen maybe knows something.
One of the first analysts to weigh in with his take on the matchup was MMA Guru, who said he leans toward Arman Tsarukyan for this fight. He felt that Arman's technical skills and fight intelligence make him a tough challenge for anyone in the lightweight division. Guru explained that Tsarukyan can adapt to different opponents and maintain control of the pace, which could give him the edge over Hooker. His insight really drives home the point that while Hooker is dangerous, Arman's overall game might tip the balance in his favor.
Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker. I've got Arman winning. I do. I see this as a bit of... Listen, I thought Gamrot could have won that Dan Hooker fight, and I know it was close and there's damage, and Hooker had some good moments towards the ends of the rounds, and that's what the judges are going to remember, so it's one of them. It's one of them. But I think Arman Tsarukyan is just going to be more comfortable on the feet with Dan Hooker than Mateusz Gamrot was. And Mateusz Gamrot did drop Dan Hooker on the feet as well. So I reckon Arman Tsarukyan...
MMA Guru also explained why he's siding with Arman. He named Tsarukyan's battle IQ, composure, and technical skill as the reasons he's confident. Guru said that Arman isn't some kind of brute beast, relying purely on raw power. He's a cerebral fighter who can adjust mid-fight. These attributes, along with his training and experience, will make him a serious threat. Guru has stressed that if Tsarukyan executes what is in his game plan, he can take control in the early moments and remain in control throughout the fight, forcing Hooker to work harder than he expects.
I think his wrestling is good. I also think even though maybe his pure wrestling skill isn't as good as Mateusz Gamrot, I think his ability to score points from those positions is a lot better. And I do think he'll be able to take down Dan Hooker if he wants to. Now, I do think that Dan Hooker's takedown defense has gotten better, but you've got to consider the guy's coming off another broken arm, 2 failed surgeries on it. We've been waiting for him to come back for a long time. Now we're finally getting him back in November the 22nd. I'm worried he's going to break his arm again going through this fight camp. He's had a lot of injuries recently, so I am leaning towards Arman.
Michael Bisping too had something to say while stressing the power of Dan Hooker's record. He says that speaks volumes in Hooker's rich history of fights, which already proves what kind of skills he possesses inside the octagon. The experience against top-level opponents keep him confident and dangerous. Bisping added that Hooker is capable of giving Arman a real test due to his striking, durability, and fight IQ. This is what makes this matchup so interesting to fight fans all over the world.
Dan Hooker, being the striker that he is, being the tall, lanky kickboxer, training out of City Kickboxing, who's on tremendous form right now, even though he hasn't fought in what will be about 17 months by the time he fights. He's been out with an injury, but he was on a 3-fight win streak. He last beat Mateusz Gamrot via split decision. Before that, he beat Jalen Turner by split decision, who Jalen Turner, even though he's retired, was one of the best strikers in the lightweight division. 6'3", absolutely gigantic, and Dan Hooker beat him at his own game. And before that, he put a beat down on Claudio Puelles. Puelles kept rolling for the Imannaris, kept going for the legs, kept rolling around on the floor, and got brutalized by Dan Hooker in the second round. He got stopped with a front kick to the body.
However, Bisping also gave his due respect to Arman's unique level of talent. He said that Tsarukyan is in a league of his own, and at no point in time should he be underestimated. As Bisping noted, Arman's combination of skill, fight IQ, and adaptability make him a formidable opponent, even against more veteran opponents such as Hooker. He has emphasized that the battle will be intense, with both fighters capable of taking control. Fans should expect a high-level battle where every punch, kick, and takedown attempt could decide who wins.
Very, very well-rounded mixed martial arts, and he is in his absolute prime. He's only 28 years old with a professional record of 22 wins and 3 losses. Those 3 losses, one of them was to Mateusz Gamrot that Dan Hooker did beat, and of course he lost his UFC debut to Islam Makhachev that he took on short notice, and he still gave Islam a really good run for his money. Outside of those 2 losses, the man's been absolutely flying and finishing a lot of people. Finished Joel Alvarez, put a beat down on Joel Alvarez, who's doing tremendous things. I finished Beneil Dariush in a stunning combination. It was a knee to punches, a flying knee, I think.
According to MMA Guru, this was a better approach by Arman. As previously, Tsarukyan wanted a direct title fight with Ilia Topuria and publicly expressed frustration at the UFC. Guru admitted he was heated by those actions.
This is Arman Tsarukyan's great revolutionary technique. Are you ready? You're not ready, but I'm about to tell you. This new technique is called doing fucking nothing for 16 months other than crying on social media and ruining events by pulling out of title fights on a day's notice. Doing nothing for 14 months. You have not fought anyone since Charles Oliveira in April of 2024. It is August of 2025. You have not shown up to work since.
However, Guru clarified that even with criticism, the talent of Arman is undeniably present. He complimented his skills and fight intelligence, pointing out that only his approach and professionalism regarding the UFC race concerns. This differentiation shows that analysts respect his ability while still acknowledging that maturity needs to be developed with regard to promotion.
I think Arman is a top-level fighter. I think Arman is one of the best fighters in the world. I think Arman is the toughest test at lightweight for Ilia Topuria right now. But this way of getting a title shot is fucking bullshit, and you're a bitch for trying to pull this off. Where other fighters in other divisions might think, damn, there's choices over who this guy wants to fight next for the title. I'll take out those other choices. Arman Tsarukyan has taken the opposite approach. Do fucking nothing for a year and 4 months, and eventually you'll just be on Ilia Topuria's schedule.
This fight would also bring him back into good graces with Dana White, as previously, Tsarukyan had gotten himself into public controversy for not showing up to the Islam Makhachev fight. This match is a chance to redeem himself. By putting in a good performance against Hooker, Arman can win back respect from the brass and the fans. More than the ranking, this is about proving commitment and professionalism, showing that he's ready to go up the ladder in lightweight and earn his title shot with no doubts on his commitment.
going back to the drawing board with Arman. Kind of tell us about what that looks like. What are you going to kind of envision?
I don't know. He's not getting the title shot, so that means he's going to have to fight his way back to the title.
The lightweight division is heating up, and this #1 contender matchup promises fireworks. Arman Tsarukyan and Dan Hooker will leave everything inside the octagon as skill, strategy, and heart are shown. Fans are torn on their predictions, analysts are debating every angle, and if you want full fight breakdowns, previews, and expert analysis leading up to the bout, subscribe now. Don't miss out on the action because this fight is shaping up to be one of the most exciting matchups of the year.